Her head is literally in my bag. Are you a cat or an ostrich? Sacho, come out of there. Oh. Sacho. Oh. Oh. Was that nice? Kiss. Oh. A little bit less fiddling this time, and I hope that the angle is just right. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and we're filming again in the studio today. Actually, I wanted to do a drive, but the weather wasn't really in favor today because it's really hot, and I don't feel like leaving my camera on the dashboard where it gets hit with quite a direct sunlight, and I don't know what's going to happen to the circuits inside if it gets too hot. So I decided not to do the drive instead, and also it's because I have a couple of things that I want to show you guys here, and we'll get into it. So today is actually, I keep messing my dates, so I'll just check. It's Friday the 10th, and I believe it's the 5th of Ramadan. Happy Ramadan again to the Muslims who are observing it. I hope you guys are having like the blessed Ramadan ever, because I know I am. And right, so today, again, another disclaimer, because I am in the studio and we have cats in the studio. It might have distract me a little bit, but I'll try not to, and they'll probably behave. You'll behave, right? You'll behave. Great. So yes, today I wanted to talk about personal, but at the same time I wanted to talk about business as well. And I've always been trying to separate these two from my life, because it's not really good to mingle work and play at the same time. So when you work, you focus directly on work, and when you're playing, then you're just focusing on playing, I guess, enjoying yourself as much as you can. But here's the thing, what I like to do and what I do for a living is more or less the same thing. It revolves around the internet, it revolves around websites, it revolves around social media. So in the last video, I talked a little bit about being a blogger, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about what I do for a living, and that is web design. And therefore I'd like to invite you guys to have a discussion with me on websites and how far has the technology, the designs, the importance of having a website is right now. Now, I just came back from talking to one of my clients, one of my loyal clients, and they are organizing a couple of events. And since I'm doing the websites for those events, and I'm also looking for contents to blog about, I asked them like, hey, since I'm doing vlogs as well and this and that, can I vlog about your events? And they said that yes, definitely, go ahead, what do you need from us? And therefore that was really cool, by the way. And so we're talking about two things, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know, but at least two things right now. And the first one is, and here I'd like to show you guys, remember what I talked about in the last video of an annual event. This is it. This is the flyer that they came up with for the time being. I think it's one of the first ones, and this one is official, I think. It's for the Miri Country Music Festival year 2017. So what it is basically a country music festival. It's going to be held in Miri, obviously, Kuching, no, Miri, Sarawak. And the website, I'm gonna link the website in the description box below, so you guys can go check it out. And right now, what they have is, let me just grab the smaller brochure right here. Right now, what they have are ticket rates that is like super cheap, and I'm not really sure the final price of the ticket, I mean the original price of the ticket, but the ones that are here in the ticket rates are from as little as 55 ringgit for adults, and for a child it's like 35 ringgit. So grab yours if you're very interested to find out about what Miri Country Music Festival is. There's going to be a lot of things happening on that day itself. Of course, the concerts, and we invite country music performers from around the world, the US, from Indonesia, our own local Malaysian talents as well. Sometimes we also invite people from Singapore. Here comes the cat. And then here she comes again. Right, so from Singapore and all that, so from all over the world, the performers list is going to come out probably in the early July. So you have to stay tuned to find out who is going to perform. At the same time, we also have competitions, we also have games, we also have booth, merchandisers, food and drinks, of course. If you're in Malaysia, if you're in Sarawak, you have to sample all the foods here. And yeah, it's going to be held in Park City Everly Hotel Miri. Now, what is special about this particular installment is that it's going to be a 2-day event. Rather than the previous years in 2014 and 2015 and 16, this year it was only held for 1 day, and I believe it was a Saturday, from morning, late morning until late night. But this year it's going to be a 2-day event. And then what else is special about this year? Yeah, that's basically it. And the sale, the price of the ticket is really cheap. It's like adult 1-day pass for adults is 55 ringgit, and a 2-day pass is like 100 ringgit right now. So if you just grab them right now, it's 100 ringgit. For a child, it's 35 ringgit per day, or for a 2-day pass, it's 60 ringgit. So that's a 10 ringgit discounts for you there. An additional 10 ringgit discounts, by the way. And then the Big Bang sale, they call it, is going to last until September 2016. So yes, you have a lot of time, but we're not really sure if we have enough tickets. So grab yours now. So I'll link the website down below, and you can just go ahead and check it out. It's one of my proudest moment in designing a website, because it just came together very nicely, and it's much improved since this year's Country Music Festival, which was also held in earlier February this year. So that's about Miri Country Music Festival. The second event that I'm going to talk about today, which is also another website that just went up this morning, is the Annual Population Workshop by SSPCA, the Sarawak Society of Prevention of Cruelty Against Animals Society, SSPCA Association, I believe. I will have all the acronyms in the description box below. And breathe. And again, the website for this is also in the description box below. What is special about this one is that it's an animal population workshop that targets animal workers, animal welfare workers, professionals, experienced individuals who will be coming up and talking about 3 themes, which are humane animal population management. The second one is rabies prevention and control, and the third one is humane dog capture practical workshop. So there is going to be a practical workshop. This event is going to be open for local Malaysians as well as international delegates as well. The rates are different for local and international delegates. And then what is included inside the social events are the entry to 2 days conference, inclusive of tea breaks, lunches, and welcome dinner as well. And then the deadline for registration is 18th of July 2016. So that's in about a month away. This animal population management workshop is going to be held on August 2nd to 4th at Grand Margarita Hotel, Kuching. So it's again organized by SSPCA. Check out the link below and yeah, get your ticket. Alright, the third thing that I wanted to talk about is that while I was there, they gave me like a complimentary magazine, a complimentary magazine of Inside Miri. And if you don't know, Miri is also known as gateway to northern Sarawak, and it's one of the most exciting cities in the whole of Sarawak. It's up north, and it's definitely hot, but it's also very, very fun. So inside Miri magazine, there are a few topics that were covered, like the MCMF is also here, Miri Country Music Festival is here, food festival, the National Reserve, some parks, some activities that you can do inside Miri itself, and some of the crafts in Sarawak as well. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wait for them to give me a soft copy of this, a digital copy of this, and I'll either link it up again in the information box below, or it is definitely going to be available on the website of MCMF, or Miri Country Music Festival. So if you cannot somehow get your hands on the physical copy, you can download yours probably soon. Hopefully I can get them to give me the soft copy as soon as possible. So those are the three major things that I want to talk about. On a final note, I think I don't want to rant for too long. So what I want to end this particular entry is with the direction, the whole direction of website design, especially in Kuching. Now, I've looked through one of my providers' website, and they do have something called the Malaysian Website Award, or MWA, and I looked through a couple of the websites that were submitted for the award, and they look really, really good. And I feel like I need to learn a lot more in order for me to go up to that level of design when it comes to website. Like, some of them are really, really good that I had them open just to browse through, but I ended up spending like half an hour there. Just browsing the contents. Even though I'm not really interested in the contents, I'm just looking at the layouts, the colors, the fonts, the typography, and all that. Just looking at generally how they came up with all the designs and all that, the whole design element, and as well as the technologies that went behind it. Some of them were actually coded like page per page, and that is really, really awesome. But yeah, MWA. Those websites are most likely, most of them are actually from the West Malaysia, and the market there for website designers and web engineers like me is very, very competitive, and it's really, really good. Whereas the definition, no, the defining point is also that West Malaysians are more open to very radical designs, very bright colors, and they are moving towards being minimalist, being less is more, and all that. But the local Kuching, unfortunately, luckily for me, all of my clients are okay with minimalist design. But then some of the ones that I've actually lost were the comments that I got was that it was too forward for them, and they don't feel like it reflects what they are as an agency, or as an organization, or as a firm, and all that. So it's kind of like they look for web designers to market themselves in the internet, but then they would rather stick to the back end of the internet, and instead of moving forward and putting like cutting edge designs and technologies into it, they would rather have it mellow, I don't know, traditional or traditional is the word that I'm looking for, actually. So yeah, I hope that, I personally hope that in Kuching, and then the future clients that I meet are more open to what do you call that, radical designs as well, because a lot of my designers are basically crazy people and in a good way, but yeah, we are very, very out there sometimes with our designs, to the point that it causes trouble for us, because we feel like it's so nice to be designed that way, but we can't really code it very well, especially when it transitions from a desktop environment or a laptop environment into a mobile or smaller device environment. And it has caused quite a number of problems, but that's for a different blog. That's for a different entry. For this entry, I would basically just want to end with, if you're looking for a web designers, why not consider me? And you don't have to sign up like immediately, but let's just sit down, discuss, and I want to hear what you feel and how you would like to be portrayed online in a form of your website. And then I would probably want to suggest some ideas as well, and try to move forward from the contemporary designs that we're so used to into a more modern and cutting edge and more unique and individualized design that is you, or that is your firm, or that is your organization. And let's have an open discussion like that. And let's not worry about charges yet. Yes, at the end of the day, that is my money. No, that is the way that is the way I make money. But then, here's the thing about me. I have a firm belief of one simple proverb, which is, if you love doing what you do, you never have to work for the rest of your life. And that is what I'm doing right now. And I basically just love web designs. So yeah, that's it for me for now. Again, just to recap, where was it? Miri Country Music Festival, MCMF, links down below. Animal Population Workshop by SSPCA, links is also below. Inside Miri, download links probably below. If not, it will be inside one of the websites that I've mentioned just now. And then if you're looking for web designs, or just wants to find out more, if you're a student in web design or web engineering, then approach me. Let's have a discussion. Let's have coffee after breaking fast, of course. We'll just talk and have fun with each other. So yep, I'll see you guys again in the next entry. For now, me signing out. Bye.